Hi, Joe Rinehart here, technical content advocate covering AI and data center for Cisco. And I want to talk a little bit about how to deal with AI without either buying into the hype or becoming totally skeptical. So we'll talk about some introductory topics, outline a path for practically learning AI, a little bit to watch out for, and then a little bit of a wrap up. So as far as introductory topics, you just aren't going to be able to avoid AI. It's going to be there in some form or fashion. You need to understand what AI can do and what it can't do, what it's not capable of. Also, finding some ways to practically learn AI, and then always challenge assumptions, even your own. All right, so far as a path to learning AI, first, just get started. A lot of times, whenever you're dealing with something new, just the first step is the hardest. And one of the ways to do this is pick out some practical project that you can start on, typically something small, just to be able to experiment with. Take time every day or so to work on it, to refine it, and find ways to use it more. And then each time you've learned something in that project, iterate it again. It may not be something you put into practice in a production network, but it can be at least a foray into how to understand and work with AI. As far as learning AI, make sure you get accurate knowledge in training. There's a lot of digital self-paced training as well as classroom training on AI. Take advantage of those. One of the things that's true, but regardless, is some kind of self-paced learning is always helpful because you can go back and look at it again and again. Try to cover the topics broadly at first and then start drilling deeper on the various topics later. Another thing you can do is get involved in communities. There's platforms like Discord, and you have groups on LinkedIn and Facebook and things like that. There are lots of AI-focused communities. Get involved. The interactions can really give you diverse perspectives. It can help you challenge your own. You may be able to help someone challenge their own. But it gives you a place to ask and answer questions. Respectful debate can produce much more balanced insights. And if you try one forum and it's not your cup of tea, so to speak, just find another one. There are so many out there. So understanding AI and how to learn it is one thing, but there's always things to watch out for. There's the extremes of hype and rejection I talked about before. The image here is showing a pendulum swinging back and forth. Because AI is everywhere, it's easy to get AI fatigue. It just sort of shut your ears and stop listening. It's best to avoid that. Also, don't believe everything you hear. Simply because you may hear that a study or a project says AI can do something doesn't mean it's true. Always peel back the layers and ask the questions. And again, open mind, ask questions, have realistic expectations about what AI can do and what it can't do. And when you use AI, use it responsibly and ethically. Like we've used image creation. You could create some very realistic images, making it appear that someone is doing or saying something that they're not. It's called a deep fake. That's an example of how to misuse it. So again, understand the limitations. AI content can come across as very sterile or one-sided. And even though it may be able to write a poem or a song or draw a picture, it doesn't truly have creative capabilities. Output from AI is only as good as the data it uses. So if the data is faulty, the results are going to be faulty. So how you train your AI model is important. Keep in mind that AI implementation can be expensive. It requires a lot of specialized hardware and some unique networking capabilities. And another thing that AI typically can lack is context. It can take the group of data that it's working on, but it may not have a broader view of things. And AI can and does make mistakes. Notice here, it's purposely misspelled. AI can and does make mistaken. Well, AI can make mistakes. So it's just sort of a fun way to do that. So just as we wrap up, things to keep in mind, avoid the extremes, find ways to increase your own personal knowledge level, implement a project on a small scale that you can use to learn AI more effectively, get involved in communities, and make sure you understand that you don't use AI as a cure-all, but a tool to help do your job better. Thank you for listening, and keep on learning.